So in this question, we're told that a player takes 20 penalties in a season. So we're thinking about kind of a football situation here where there's 20 penalties over the course of a season and he scores 14 of them. And we're asked what the sample frequency is of the penalties scored. And this is going to be an introduction to the idea of sample frequency. And this is basically kind of an observed probability. So rather than dealing in coin flips and cards and dice where we have an absolute probability that we know ahead of time, we actually have to figure out what the probability is based on a certain number of trials. So we know that the number of trials here is going to be 20, and we know that the number of successes is going to be 14. And so our sample frequency, or SF, is going to be the number of penalties scored over the number of penalties taken. And so the number of penalties scored we know is going to be 14, and the number of penalties taken is simply going to be 20. So we're told that in the question as well. And so once again, this is kind of basically using the observed number of successes and failures to figure out the kind of probability or an estimate of the probability based on the information we have. So we can imagine that this is going to give us some idea of if there were 2,000 penalties taken, how many penalties we would see scored in that situation. But basically what we need to do now is just simplify this fraction to a decimal. So 14 over 20 is the same as 7 over 10, which is the same as 0.7. And so what this means is that the sample frequency for the number of penalties scored by this player over the course of the season is 0.7. So that is kind of a rough approximation of the probability that he scores a penalty in the future as well. And so that is going to be it for this question.